So, for a good while now, I've been thinking about putting together a free series of lessons that would give somebody who wants to learn drumming, but they don't necessarily want to pay a teacher for lessons, just all the raw basics that they need to get wherever it is they're trying to go, whether they just want to play their favorite songs in their garage, or play with their buddies, or go somewhere a little more serious with it, whatever that means, right? So to me, lesson one, I'll try to make kind of quick because I don't want anybody feeling like their time's being wasted, like I did when I took a lesson with a teacher. And he, I see what he was doing now, and I'm actually grateful he did it now. But at the time when I went in there to take lesson one, I'm excited to play, Primus or Tool or whatever it is I want to play. I was ready to go. I was really excited, and I get in there, and he says, "Okay, first thing we got to talk about is how you hold the stick." And he starts, he spends half this lesson, maybe more of this half-hour lesson, just talking about how you hold the stick. And I remember being disappointed and sort of suspecting that he was stretching out the process on purpose to try to maximize how much money he could make from it. I think that might have been why the first time around when I took lessons it didn't really stick. I didn't feel interested right off the bat. So I'm gonna keep this kind of thing moving pretty quick. But I do agree it's the place to start, how you hold the stick, and just there are just some basic factors that you want to keep in mind, like right from the beginning when you play. So I'm going to get up into the camera here to just kind of show you the super basics. The first fundamental idea is you want to hold on. You obviously want to hold on to the stick so it doesn't fly out of your hand, but you want to be doing it loose. Holding the stick really tight, trying to force things and play faster than your muscle memory is trained to do it. That's how you end up with carpal tunnel and all that sort of things that you don't want. So the basic idea is hold the stick, but hold on to it as if it's like maybe a little bit fragile. See this space right here? The stick's in my hand, but it's not. I'm not squeezing it. See this finger right here? See how it's just hanging out? I play in this grip a lot with this finger just hanging off here. And there are plenty of times where it's useful to bring the finger in. Well, we'll get into that later, but the super basic idea is just relaxation. Hold the stick, but don't squeeze it. From there's some basic mechanics of the stick grip. There are three main grips. One is called French grip, where your thumbnails are pointed up right at you. There's German grip, where your palms are pointed down on the floor, and you wouldn't normally cross the sticks like this unless you're doing tricks or something like that, but I'm just getting that in here so you can just kind of see what it looks like. My elbows are flared out, my palms are pointed down toward the floor. And then there's French, where it's kind of a mix between the two. So I'm going to do just a little bit of simple playing, then move the camera so you can kind of get an idea of that. So hopefully you can see my hands well enough. I'm just going to do some really simple playing to demonstrate these grips and how you can move in and out of one and into the other. So Like I said, here we are in a French grip, right? My thumbnails are pointed up right at me. See, in this grip, there's more finger movement. There's a little bit of wrist movement, but a lot of it's coming from my fingers. So then there's German, where your palms are pointed down, and this is a lot more wrist. My wrists are doing most of the work in this position, in this grip. There's a little bit of finger because the fingers are down there doing kind of controlling things too, but it's predominantly wrist. My elbows are kind of flared out. My whole arms are in a position to get involved. If I want to get more power, we'll get to that later though. And then there's American, they call it, which is a mix between the two. It's right in the middle. See how I got that space? Everything's nice and relaxed. Going to German. Gonna switch into French. American, German. All right, so I wanted to give one more camera angle of how the arms are involved in each of these grips and what happens as you fluctuate in between each one of them. So if I start with just super basic single stroke roll in French grip, see how my arms aren't doing much? You see how the fingers are? There's a little bit of wrist motion, but it's a lot of fingers. But when I go to German, see the position my arms are in? And see how it's mostly a wrist movement? Finger, wrist, finger, wrist. French, German, French, German, French, German, American, right at the middle point, right here, just in between the two of them. So just a quick tangent there to demonstrate how much movement happens in the arms as you fluctuate in between these grips. Anyway, I hope that was a not too boring layout of really the number one place to start with learning drumming. And it really is how you hold the stick and just those really basic ideas really basic concepts of the fluctuations between how you're holding the stick as you play. So there will be more on that later, but those are the big basics, and I wanted to get that out in a short and sweet kind of way. So anyway, I hope you got something from that. And in lesson 2, we'll move on to how you bounce the stick, because I would say that's the second most important thing. Getting the stick working for you, doing the work for you.